Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the UMAC on the campus of Union High School for this semifinal matchup of the Jinx Union tournament between Edmond Santa Fe Wolves and your Union's men's basketball team. Alongside Casey Jordan, I'm Jim Douthit. And last night, Casey Union got off again to a sluggish start against a pretty good HFC Warrior team and struggled in the first half, only to pull away with a big win by 18, 62-44. And I described them at the start of the broadcast yesterday as Coach Garcia's Jekyll and Hyde squad based on the lack of consistency and slow starts. So what needs to happen tonight for Union to get in a good groove against these Wolves early on?
I mean, I know it sounds kind of cliche to say, but they got to get off to a good start. You know, they haven't done that on a consistent basis all year. So, you know, getting out and hitting the ground running would be something that could greatly benefit them. And
as we move forward, sure. So for Edmond Santa Fe and their head coach Troy Lillemond, they come in with a record of 8-5. They won a tight contest here 24 hours ago against Mustang, as they went to beat them 53-48. And if they could capitalize on Union's inconsistency, it could be a tournament championship. They could be playing one tonight for tomorrow night.
Yeah, and basketball's a crazy sport. So it's if Union starts out like they have and starts out slow, and Edmond Santa Fe can take advantage of that, that's something that could greatly benefit them. And plus, they have one of the best athletes on the court tonight in Talon Chetron. So he's ESPN has him ranked #1 in the nation as the best wide receiver in the nation. So, he's a phenomenal athlete. I wish he was going to Oklahoma State instead. But I followed him because of my writing with Rivals, and he's a phenomenal athlete. He's a kid that he's very explosive. He's a smooth runner. So I've never seen him play basketball, but from what I'm seeing on the gridiron, he will be one of the best athletes on the court tonight.
So you're going to see all these great athletes, including that aforementioned Chetron. In about a minute and 24 seconds, we're back with the start right after this.
To the John Q. Hammonds Arena on the campus of Union High School for the 2021 Jinx Union Invitational. Our first game tonight from the boys bracket is Edmond Santa Fe and Union. First, let's meet the visitors, the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves. At 6'3", a junior number 2, Talon Chetron. At 6'3", a junior number 11, Tabri Chetron. At 5'6", a sophomore, number 15, Kason Gibson. At 6'4", a senior, number 21, Colby Anakuru. And at 5'9", a junior, number 24, Michael Reeves. Head coach for the Wolves is Troy Lillemond, assisted by Dan Pendergrass, Tim Flanagan, and Josh Torres. And now for your Union starting 5. At 6'2", a senior, number 0, Dayon Aramaya. At 6'1", a senior, number 2, Aaron Davey. At 6'2", a senior, number 4, Jediah Jones. At 6 foot, a senior, number 11, AJ Reed. And at 6'7", a sophomore, number 22, Trent Pierce. Head coach for Union is Rudy Garcia, assisted by Steve Geary, Mark Ritter, and Jonathan Washington.
Welcome back inside the UMAC.
Officials
What's on the line? Well, a spot in the championship game tomorrow afternoon at 5:30 here at the UMAC. The winner of this game will play the winner of Jinx Putnam City West, which will tip off about 8:30 at the Jinx, Frank Harold Fieldhouse, I should say, in Jinx. So that'll come to you at 8:30. That's over on another network, the NFS network. But we appreciate you joining us here on the Union Sports Network alongside Casey Jordan. I'm Jim Douthit, and we talked about it when we opened up. Let's see if Union can start off a little bit hotter than they have. And quickly, the steal and away, and a foul is going to be called on Aaron Davey, as Michael Reeves was quick to get the basket, and he goes quickly to the basket and gets the foul and go to the line and shoot two. I'm going to assume if Coach Laleman has scouted Union, he knows he's telling his boys, let's get off to a quick start.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I know it sounds silly to say, but you really want to, because you know that sets the tone for the game. And if you can come out and push the tempo and.
It's Reed to Davey. Davey drives and a foul. Foul's going to be charged to Davey. He's going to pick up his second. I apologize, that's his first. Trent Pierce got charged with the other foul early on. There's Ani Kuru. He'll give it up to Reeves. Now Reeves will dribble up high and give to Talon Chetron. And there's your player you were talking about. See what kind of athlete he is on the basketball court. There's too many steps. Turnover there, and we'll go the other way.
Yeah, if we have any OU fans listening tonight, I don't want you to worry. He is not wearing any orange and black, so you're safe for at least tonight.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. His tennis shoes are outlined in black, so a little bit. That's about
meaning he's leaning towards Oklahoma State.
Yeah, there you go. You heard it here first. It'll be breaking news on ESPN tonight. Now Jeremiah up high, inside to Reed, back out. Nice dish. Davey can't get it to go though, and Santa Fe will come away with it. Up ahead now, and he'll step out of bounds. Gibson steps out of bounds there.
Yeah, that was unfortunate because he had a lane. He went with a little pump fake, got the defender off his feet, and once he got around the corner, he had an easy look at the basket.
Now Reed to Davey. Davey up high, he'll get it far side to Jones. Jones back up high to Davey. Davey to Reed. See what Jones can do with it. To Davey. Davey wanted that shot. Boy, he looked off of it. Over to Reed. That's going to be short. Rebound Jones, and he'll put it up. Can't get the roll. And Edmond Santa Fe will come away with it. Ani Kuru's got two nice rebounds on the early afternoon here. And he'll get it back, and he'll try to drive. Nice penetration. Can't get it to go, though. And Davey will come away. Up ahead to Pierce, the sophomore. Let's see if we can get him going. There's a blocking foul. Reeves will get charged with the foul there, the 5'9" junior point guard out of Edmond, Santa Fe. David to throw it in. Looking up high to Jeremiah. Instead, he'll get it to Jones. Jones to Reed. Reed over to Jeremiah. Jeremiah pulls it back down, gives it back to Reed. Inside to Pierce. Pierce, little turnaround jumper. Can't get it to go. And nothing falling early on for Union. Ani Kuru for three. That's off. Rebound Reed. Reed's going to push it up right up the floor. Try to go right to the hole. Ball out of bounds. No foul called there.
Yeah, he was a little bit out of control there. He didn't quite. They were stripping at the ball, so it's going to be hard to call a foul in that situation when he doesn't have full control of the ball.
Nice dish inside. And Jeremiah gets Union on the board, and we're knotted at two early on here.
Yeah, Edmond Santa Fe kind of lost containment there, and they weren't really for sure what was going on. And Jeremiah was kind of confused as well as how he was so wide open underneath the rim.
Sometimes you miss those wide open shots like that. Now there's a shot. Gibson can't get that one to go. Nice rebound. They can't get it to go. Ani Kuru. Nice rebound and a finish That's something that Coach Garcia's squad's going to have to do for sure, is rebound and get those boards. Nice no-look pass up high, back to Reed. Jeremiah with a nice no-look pass inside to Jones, but it ends up being in Reed's hand, and we'll set it up. Jeremiah turnaround jumper off the glass, not even close there. He might have been feeling it, but he sure didn't get a very good look, I wouldn't say, on that. Now drive, baseline, got a player off his feet. Nice block there by Davey. It's really good to see Davey get the block.
Yeah, Colby, if your family's listening, I'm going to just call you Colby tonight because your last name, I'll butcher it. So between him and the Shetron brothers, they're a presence underneath the rim, and they've got garnered quite a few rebounds and second chance opportunities. So they're going to have to get those guys out if they're going to want to have a nice opportunity at a game here. So
Jones with the nice hustle knocks it out of bounds. I'm going with Ani Kuru.
Ani Kuru?
Ani Kuru.
I can try that.
If I'm butchering that, Mom and Dad, I'm going to apologize right now. That's my English brain coming together, trying to figure that out. Inside now, nice turnaround jumper. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Pierce. And there's the rebound that we got to get. Up ahead to Davey. Now Davey will slow it down, back up high to Reed. Back to Davey. Davey for three. Go in and out. In and out there, rebound Edmond Santa Fe. And both teams can't seem to get the rim to act in their favor this evening. Just like that. Reeves with the nice look, and he couldn't get that one to fall either.
Yeah, he didn't quite get his shoulders turned towards the basket. He was falling away a little bit and didn't square up, so his look wasn't as great.
Jones for three off the glass, and nicely done there. And Reed trying to be a pest to Reeves. So Reed on Reeves. Trey Morris will check in. Aaron Davey will have a seat, get a hand. Some high fives from his teammates on the bench. 5-4 Union on top, 3:12 remaining here in the first. Thanks for joining us on the Union Sports Network. Alongside Casey Jordan, I'm Jim Douthit. Ani Kuru with a nice dish and bucket.
Yeah, that was a good possession by Edmond Santa Fe. They moved the ball.
A little bit of a travel there on Reed.
Yeah, he
took too many steps. Watkins and Gibson will check back in, or check in, I should say.
Yeah, I think he was wanting to go with a little bit of a Euro step there, and he just didn't quite decide quick enough on what he wanted to do. And
he had a lot of bodies around him to try something quite like that, too. There's Ani Kuru inside. He'll dish it out. Gibson for three. No, in and out. Pierce hustling to the basket. Nice rebound, but the ball just will not go down for anybody in green jerseys. But Ani Kuru finally gets it down. Something discerning if you're a Union fan there. They've got to be able to, they can't give second and third chances.
Yeah, this is
to the boys in green.
This is one of the first times at home that I've seen Union pushed around under the basket as much as these boys have been. Edmond Santa Fe is honestly controlling it, and if they can clean up their second chance opportunities or even their first chance opportunities, Union better sharpen up, or it's going to be a long night for them.
Jones gets ball out of bounds. Jeremiah will have a seat. And Trey Morris will check back in, along with Nagy. So Nagy, Morris, Jones, Pierce, and Reed on the floor for Coach Garcia. Too many steps there. Can't take more than two. Coach Blakely taught me that last night.
Yeah, unless you're LeBron James or Seth Curry or somebody, they're not going to give you that.
She didn't even want to talk professionals last night. She was so disgusted with how the professional game has really hurt them, and you've talked about it as well.
Oh, these kids probably spend 90% of their time shooting threes because that's what they want to do, and that's what they see from the guys in the big leagues. You know, they're paid a lot of money to do what they do. They're some of the best athletes in the world, but you know, it's hard to tell a 16-year-old kid that you can shoot more than just three-pointers. So I agree with her. I think it really has hurt the college game, and then it's trickled down and really hurt the.
Jediah Jones with another 3, and he's got 6.
Yeah, he just said, hey, let me shoot my threes, and you sit there and talk about it.
We'll sit here and talk about it all night there, big fella. If you shoot those, you just keep making those, and we'll keep talking about it. 8-all. Nice stroke there. And there's your boy, Mr. Shetron. Looks like he can play basketball as well.
A little bit. I assume, though, I mean, when you're one of the best athletes in high school football, you're probably going to be one of the best athletes in high school basketball as well.
You know, and it's kind of nice to see. I know a lot of the talk all the time seems to be how we don't allow our students, Jones can't get that one to go rebound, Edmond Santa Fe. We don't allow our kids to play multiple sports. And one. Nice job there by Joe Adams. Body control, and he'll get the 2 and 1.
He showed some great body control there. He knew he was going to draw contact, and he went up and did the right thing, kept his shoulders square as much as he could, and beautiful play there by him.
Talk about the fact that, and obviously he's an exceptional athlete. We know that. There's probably no argument at that at all. But we go back to this where it seems like athletes anymore, if they're good at one sport, that's all they play.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of kids that try to specialize in one sport, and I mean, you know, I always joke about where I grew up, but you know, some of that was we didn't have an option. You know, I graduated with 50 kids, so we had to play multiple sports, or we wouldn't have a team. I wasn't fortunate enough, like these kids from Union or even Edmond Santa Fe, that they have quite the numbers to pull from. So, I mean, you know, I'm greatly grateful for what happened, but you know, kids these days are specializing more than playing all sports.
Pierce is going to throw it at the buzzer. Oh!
From our angle, that looked very close.
It did look very close. 14-18, Union down by 6. We're back after this.
For more than 50 years, Central States Orthopedics and Eastern Oklahoma Orthopedic Center have been the area's leading orthopedic and sports medicine providers. And now, we've joined forces as Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. One name, one focus. Excellent orthopedic and sports medicine care. Together, we serve as the team physicians for almost every high school and university in the region. We are the area's leading expert for work-related injuries, and our surgical hospital is the only 5-star rated hospital in Tulsa. Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. Come see why we're better together.
Welcome back inside the UMAC. Second quarter begins here. Thanks for joining us on the Union Sports Network alongside Casey Jordan. I'm Jim Douthit, and just got handed the stat sheet here, and it looks like Edmond Santa Fe is 5 for 15, but more importantly for Union, they're 3 for 12.
Yeah, it's, you know, you hate to say it, but it's kind of their typical slow start. It takes them a little bit to get going, and you know, you'd like to see what this team can do when they start hot and finish strong instead of, you know, start slow and finish strong.
There's a turnover there. Edmond Santa Fe will bring it up. And a foul is going to be called there on Trey Morris. The reach in. It'll be the 5th team foul on Union, as opposed to 1 team foul for Edmond Santa Fe. Mo Rennie, Neil Kenny check in. Trent Pierce, A.J. Reed have a seat. So Davey Nagy, Rennie Kenny, and there's a foul as Neil Kenny just about got ran over, did get ran over by Tabry Shetron.
Yeah, he's quite the football player too, so he was kind of trying to use a little bit of his leverage and body control and get him out of the lane. He just pushed a little too hard.
Union inside. Kenny will go to work. Kicks it out to Rennie. Rennie to Davey. Davey's going to get trapped in the corner if he's not careful. Nice job by him. He'll get it back out high to Morris. Morris back to Davey, and boy, Edmond Santa Fe is swarming the ball. There's inside to Kenny. Kenny fade away. Got it. Nice little stroke there by Kenny. He's using his size to get over some folks.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Dirk Nowitzki out there.
There you go. (14-10), and quickly we're into the 1-1. I think. Or no, 7. My bad. My mistake, folks. That's 16 fouls on Union. I know that was a bad call. I'm glad there's not a camera in our face.
It happens.
And they could read your lips. Now pie to Adams. Adams inside. Ball out of play as Morris tips it out.
Yeah, he got lucky there. He threw that into the lane that had a lot of bodies in it.
Anikuru was telling him, I think he was asking for it a little bit higher maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he was wanting to use his 6'4" frame to get up and battle for it. He's done it all night, so that's what he was telling him. You know, hey, don't throw it through hands and legs. Throw it up.
Weak pass there, almost stolen by Mo Rennie, and Rennie's hustling for Coach Garcia's squad. Now they try to get it inside, tipped away. Foul's going to be called there on the other Shetron brother. Shetron's got 2. Tabry, that is. Not Taylor. So Davey will bring it up. He'll set it up there. Give to Morris, and Morris let him take control. Inside to Kenny. Kenny needs a little help. Back to Morris. Now Morris puts it on the floor. Kenny tries to set up the screen and then break away for get the ball. Now Davey. Kenny really working hard inside, really wanting the ball. They're not giving it to him, but Morris will take the 3. Nice stroke. Trey Morris with a nice stroke there. And pulls the Union to within 1 with 5:40 remaining here in the second. Now Reeves. Reeves, that was the play, I think, earlier that Ani Kuru was talking about.
Yeah, he doesn't, even though he is 6'4", he's not the tallest guy on the court, but he's very explosive. He wanted that up around the rim to where he could grab it and make a play.
Neil Kenny comes away with the rebound there. Up ahead, there's Nagy. Nagy with a nice drive. Can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line and shoot 2. Yeah, it sure looks like Ani Kuru has got some explosive legs, and you're right, but at 6'4", he is, well, he's tied with Willie Watkins for the tallest player on the roster.
Yeah, he's the tallest out there as long as Trent's not out there.
Right.
But, you know, he's a very explosive athlete, and you can tell that anytime the ball gets close to him.
We complete the 2-point play, or 1-point play, excuse me. 14 all now. Reeves over here. He's going to get it to Adams. Adams inside to Anikuru. Back up to this side, shooting the 3, gets it to go. Nice job there by Sincata. And Sincata's on the board with 3. Now Kenny can't handle the pass. Turnover there, Edmond Santa Fe. Up ahead. And just a nice floater off the glass. Joe Adams. 19-14 now. Edmond Santa Fe on top with 4:45 remaining here in the second. David to Morris. Morris, nice little floater there and can't get it to go. Foul's going to be charged to Willie Watkins. It says a lot about a 5'10" Morris going up against a 6'4" Watkins just kind of floated it over his head and drew the contact and the foul.
Yeah, that's one thing that he has to do in that situation, and he had good ball control, and honestly, it was a good shot. But that's something that he trains. I mean, he's never going to be the tallest guy on the floor, so he trains those little teardrop shots and kind of running floaters because that's going to be a part of his game.
Jeremiah checks back in, and Reed checks back in for Union as Morris has a seat, and Shetron checks back in for the Wolves. There's a nice turnover. Quickly, Reed turns it over. Those two come together, and Jeremiah and Reed came together. They couldn't decide who wanted the basketball more.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is they were both smiling about it. They knew, it was a hustle play, and, Jeremiah just quite couldn't get out of Reed's way, and, but you love to see the hustle.
Ani Kuru up high. Him and Gibson will play catch. Ani Kuru wants some help. So Sinkata's got it now up high. So Sinkata and Shetron now are up high. And Ani Kuru comes back over to Shetron. Shetron surveys the floor, puts it on the floor. He'll give it over to Sinkata. Sinkata to Ani Kuru, way back. All that ball movement, I'll just let you watch so I don't screw anything else up. Off the mark there was Sinkata. And the foul. And they'll go to the line. Try to complete the play here. And there's Coach Garcia barking some orders to his boys. Not happy about the possession or the lack of defense there. But it was really good ball movement. Let's not take anything away from the Wolves' ball movement on that.
No, it was good ball movement. I think he's more frustrated with defensive rebounding. Edmond Santa Fe is controlling the boards on the offensive side, and they're getting a lot of second chance opportunities. And they're going to have to look at that at halftime and try to figure out a way to get those guys out of the paint so they can get some defensive rebounds.
Up by 6 are the Wolves. Now Jones will take it. We'll see if Jones can get back scoring the hot hand. Pierce inside. Pierce drives the lane. Puts it up. Boy, air ball, nothing but air there. But that ball's going to be rewarded back to Union as Reed will take it out of bounds. Reed will get it in. Throw it back to Jones. Jones will try to set something up here. Now inside to Pierce. Pierce to Reed. Reed underneath the basket. Nothing there for him. Tried to draw the foul, and here comes Edmond Santa Fe running. And one. Jeremiah, probably an ill-advised foul on his part, as it seemed like Gibson had a couple of steps.
Yeah, he tried to go straight up with him, but because Gibson did have the step on him, he had no choice but to go into him. But it was also a very good play there by Gibson, so you can't take anything away from him on that possession.
Union will take a timeout. They're down by 9 with 3:08 remaining here in the second. We're back after this. So don't forget, folks, coming up the rest of the weekend, we'll continue to broadcast the Union side of the Jinx Union Invitational Basketball Tournament. As you can see all the action from the UMAC live and free here on the Union Sports Network. So if those of you following HFC, Mustang, or Edmond Santa Fe, boys bracket, you can watch your team here on the Union Sports Network. For bracket and broadcast times, they can be found on our Twitter page at Union_athletics. 3 minutes now remaining here. Edmond Santa Fe all over Union. Inside to Pierce, nicely done by Reed. Pierce was left all by himself alone, and Reed did a great job getting the ball to him.
Oh, it was a beautiful, beautiful play. He had a, nice vision there, saw him left open by himself. And
you talk about it when the girls play, for sure, the vision that they have. If the boys had that kind of vision, it'd be a lot different game. And there's Jeremiah, and the lead is cut to 5. But the girls, you talk about it all the time, the vision that they seem to have on the court.
Yeah, their court vision is one that you don't see from high school girls very often.
There's Reed with the steal. They'll go hard, and nice block. Ani Kuru comes away with it. He's going to dribble out of trouble and dribble it up the court. Reed had a nice steal, couldn't make the finish, and Edmond Santa Fe brings it back with 2:16 remaining now here.
Yeah, he didn't see Chetron trailing there at the end, and somebody should have yelled wolf for him, but he went up, and Chetron timed it very, very nicely and got the block.
Now to this side, ball comes. Ani Kuru up high. Inside, nice little floater there. And there's the boy Chetron. Chetron's got 5 on the evening. Up ahead to Davey, the lead is 7, 27-20. The Wolves on top of Union. Over here to Jones. To Davey. Davey wanted that look. Back to Pierce. Pierce will take the 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound there, Edmond Santa Fe. Ani Kuru came away with the basket with 1:25 remaining. He's going to go hard. Nice move. Can't get it to go. And a jump ball going to be rewarded there. It's going to be possession back to Edmond Santa Fe. Trey Morris is going to check back in for Coach Garcia. Aaron Davey has a seat. 1:19 now. Kason Gibson will throw it in. He'll get it into Chetron. Chetron over here to Sincata, and Sincata to Ani Kuru. And they'll set it back up, Edmond Santa Fe. Chetron and Ani Kuru up high. They're slowing it down a little bit. Looks about like what Coach Garcia does when his team has a lead, getting ready to finish out the second quarter. Nice job, can't get that to go, and Pierce knocks it out as he tries to get the rebound.
Yeah, they were trying to run a little bit of clock off there. They got a nice look. They've done a good job of moving the ball around all night. So they found kind of a recipe inside, and they're going to feed that until Union figures out how to stop it.
That'll be something that definitely Coach Garcia talks at halftime with his boys. There's a three-pointer off the mark. Jeremiah misjumped that, and Ani Kuru came down with a rebound. And I think you talked about it when we were on the little commercial break there about how much or how many rebounds Edmond Santa Fe has over Union to this point.
Yeah, they've done a phenomenal job of controlling the offensive glass and the defensive glass. So Union's going to have to try to figure out something to keep Edmond Santa Fe off a rhythm and not just allow them to sit underneath the goal and camp out and get so many opportunities.
They look for the last shot here. Ani Kuru looks like he's going to take it. Nope, he dishes long three off the mark. And a foul going the other way. And with 16 fouls, we will not end the quarter with shots like we did during the girls' game. There we go. So we're going to take a timeout here for halftime. We'll be back in about 9.5 minutes. You're watching Edmond Santa Fe and Union on the Union Sports Network.
3. Kaysen Gibson with 3. Talon Shetron with 5. Joe Adams with 5. And the leading scorer at the half for the Wolves with 6 is Colby Anakuru. Scoring for Union, Cody Nagy with 1. Trent Pierce with 2. Neil Kinney with 2. Dayon Aramiah with 4. Trey Morris with 5. And the leading scorer at the half for Union with 6 is Jediah Jones.
Welcome back, everybody, for second half action. Edmond Santa Fe on top of Union 27-20 as we get ready to start the third. Don't forget the rest of the weekend we'll continue to broadcast the Union side of the Jinx Union Invitational basketball tournament, as you can see all the action live right here from the UMAC here on the Union Sports Network. So if you follow HFC, Mustang, or these Edmond Santa Fe Wolves, you can watch your team play here for free on the Union Sports Network. More information, you can follow us on Twitter at Union_athletics. So Casey, as we get ready to start here, you mentioned something to me at half. Said it's not that the boys aren't shooting very well, but Edmond Santa Fe is getting second chance opportunities just out the wazoo.
Yeah, outside of that first quarter, Union shot the ball better in the second quarter. They shot 50%, but the biggest thing is rebounds. I mean, Edmond Santa Fe is controlling the boards on both ends. They have double the rebounds that Union does. So anytime you're getting that many second chance opportunities and that many, possibilities at points, you're gonna like the control of the game. And so that's something Union's gonna have to try to figure out, is how to get Edmond Santa Fe off the glass.
Something we talked about too is that if we script this right now, Davey for 3. He stepped out of bounds. Boy, howdy. Okay, maybe he did. Maybe he did. Regardless, what I was saying is if we scripted this up like we have in the past, Union goes on a 30-15 run during this entire second half, and we win by 8 just because there's such a slow starter. We talked about it at the beginning of the broadcast. So we'll see what Coach Garcia does here.
Yeah, I mean, that's typically how Union's games go, but, they haven't had a team that's physically dominated them underneath the basket like Edmond Santa Fe has tonight. So, that could play part into that script. If they can't figure out a way to get them off the glass and they continue to get dominated down there, they're going to have to find a way to get back in this outside of crashing the boards.
Trent Pierce will get charged with a foul there. Looked like he got a lot of ball, but those officials, again, are much closer than we are. The other Shetron brother will shoot. Second of 2. 28-20 now. And Jones brings it down. Jones, Davey, Reed, Pierce, and Aramiah on the floor for Garcia. Coach Garcia's squad here. They'll work it down low. Jones almost loses the ball. Nicely done there. Gets it back to Davey. Davey to Reed. Back to Davey. Davey over to Aramiah. Aramiah takes a shot. Instead throws it down, gets it back over to Pierce. Pierce will shoot the three. And full court press right away. Something we've seen Coach Garcia's squad do a number of times come out.
Yeah, they do a very good job at it. They're active with their hands and their feet. They get their hips in front of the offensive ball handler, and they do a really good job at press, both whether it's full court man-to-man or whether it's just, a 2-2-1 type zone press.
And there's Reed, almost got the steal. Ball there, he steps out of bounds. And there that full court press is working. And again, it appears that Union comes out with a little bit more energy here in the second half. Now Jones will work it up high. Far side to Reed. Up high to Davey. Aramiah puts it on the floor, drives, kicks it back out to Jones. Jones shoots the three, off. Rebound there. Reed kicked it out of bounds. Reed with the nice hustle there, but ball bounced off his feet. And again, pressure from Coach Garcia's squad.
Yeah, one of the moms behind us just had sent Chetron on a go route, and if they would have looked up, he was open on a go route. So,
Wondered if you picked that up or not.
I did, and that's something. If Edmond Santa Fe would listen to mom back there, they would have 2 points right now.
Yeah, but if the kids listened to their parents every time down the floor, they'd be shooting it all. Shoot the ball, shoot the ball. You love that. You love that. I was probably guilty of that as well when the boy was younger. So Santa Fe will work it up high. We'll see if their ball movement, which was exceptional in the first half, continues here into the second. Reed almost gets the steal. Boy, Reed's just about a half step off getting that ball stolen. Feisty defense, though, by Union as they try to work it inside, and they do. There's Anikuru, goes back up, and a nice little bucket there. Pierce did a good job not fouling. When he left his feet, I thought Anikuru was going to go back up and get Pierce on the foul.
Yeah, Anikuru did a very good job of the hesitation. He got Trent off his feet. And
there's Trent for three, and he's fouled. Nicely done. Boy, howdy, I thought that was going. That would have been really, really nice for the big fella.
That's one of his spots. He likes that, just outside the top of the key three. And for the, he almost made that one, and he's typically, I'd bet that his average is pretty high from up there.
Can't get that first one to fall. Reeves will pick up his third foul there. We'd sure like to see Trent start shooting like we've seen the young sophomore do quite a few times this year here at home. Sincata checks in for the Wolves. Reed and Davey have a little conversation as Pierce shoots, gets 2 of 3. There's the drive up over Pierce. Rebound there by the Wolves. Ball loose on the floor. Pierce goes to control it. And Coach Garcia will get the quick timeout as Pierce got his hands around it. But we'll keep it right here and have some conversation about what's happening the rest of the weekend. Don't forget, you can catch all the boys brackets games right here on the Union Sports Network. So if you're following HFC Mustang or these Edmond Santa Fe Wolves along with Union, all those games will be televised here at the Union Sports Network. So it's unionsportsnetwork.com, as you know, because you're watching us. If you need broadcast time and bracket information, you can follow us on Twitter at Union Athletics. That's @_Union Athletics. So currently, Santa Fe comes in ranked 14th, and Union's ranked 12th in the state. A 5-point lead for Edmond Santa Fe. I would say if you're looking at rankings, rankings make a whole lot of sense because it's indicative to what the score is on the board right now.
For the most part, yes. I mean, you have some nights where lower ranked plays higher ranked teams a lot better than they should, but for the most part, they're pretty accurate.
Reed will bring it up now. He'll set it up. Jones. Jones will put it back on the floor to Reed, over to Pierce. Pierce up to Reed. Reed will shoot the three and drain it. Nothing but net there for Reed. It looks like a little man-to-man coverage. What Coach Garcia's drawn up here out of the timeout. The lead is now just 2 for Edmond Santa Fe. They'll work the far side over near their bench. Drive and a foul. Nice drive there by the OU soon-to-be product, or soon-to-be OU product, I guess I should say. Aramaya will get charged with a foul. That's his second, team's third. Shetron with the nice flow. Wish I had hair like that.
You did at one point, and then you shaved it off.
I never had hair like that.
Could have.
You know my wife well enough to say there's no way that I get away with that in the house. Kids would think it was cool, though. Now Davey will bring it up, set it up, and we'll stop talking about hair. Thank goodness. Reed over to Davey. Davey will work the far side over near Coach Garcia as he barks some orders. Inside to Jones. Jones, nice bounce pass to Pierce. Pierce, nicely done. Couldn't have drawn up that better myself.
No, and that's the stuff that they need to figure out how to incorporate more in the first half. I don't, not sure why they struggle so heavily
early on like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's, it takes them a while to find their rhythm, and if they could ever find their rhythm earlier, take out those first half woes, this team could be very dangerous.
33-30 with 3:37 remaining now in the third. Aramaya, nice little stutter step move. Ball out of bounds. Aramaya, a little slow getting up there. Twist a little something going down, but we'll see. Pierce will throw it in. Aramaya, Reed, Jones, and Davey on the floor for Coach Garcia. A host of players checked in and out for Edmond Santa Fe. Reed up high to Pierce. Pierce over to the far side to Jones. Jones back to Davey. Davey this side to Aramaya. Inside to Reed. Nice little stutter step move. And one! And that's what we need to see. And, Reed, again, we've talked about this before, too. Not the biggest kid on the floor, but explosive.
Yeah, I've compared his play style to Dwayne Wade quite a few times, and I'm probably going to start calling him Flash just because he plays so similar to him. Great body control, very explosive. Will never be the biggest guy on the court, but, that doesn't stop him from making the biggest guy on the court plays night in and night out.
Nice hustle there by Aramaya, and that's going to be a jump ball. That's going to be a possession awarded back to the Wolves. But great hustle by Aramaya. Slow it down and have a little bit of a reset. Ball's got some sticky stuff on it. Ref dried it off, and we're playing again. What kind of defense is Coach Garcia drawn up here?
1-3-1.
Just like that, ball out of play. Great hands.
Yeah, and he's got AJ as that runner down low, so he's going to be very active. He's got that side-to-side controlling the baseline. But you want one of your more athletic guys, one of your faster guys controlling that. So you'll see AJ down there anytime he's out there.
All alone, driving a nice block there. You talk about AJ, and there he is getting the block on Reeves.
Yeah, he was very smart there. He tried to get him up off of his feet. He didn't. He waited for that ball to go up and timed it just right and got a block.
Ani Kuru there. That ball's going to be knocked out of play. White ball. Ani Kuru had a wide open shot, and if he starts missing those wide open shots like that, that's going to be really, really, really nice for Union. Jediah Jones jumped out just ahead of the official.
He told the official, that's my bad. He said, I know, you just got to give me the ball first.
I think Jediah knows the rules by now. He's an excited young man. He's a senior there. Trent with a nice move. And Pierce has now got 11, and the lead is 2 for Union. Ani Kuru up ahead. Edmond Santa Fe will attempt to set it up here. They work it up high. Drive, dish it far side for 3. Can't get it to go. Pierce with a nice rebound. And Davies up ahead. Aramiah's hurt, though. He is cramping up big time. Trent for 3, can't get it to go. He's going to hustle and get his own rebound. Aramiah's stumbling. He just now getting down the floor. He's cramped up, but he's a great player. And Davey for 3. Aaron Davey. There's an Aaron Davey sighting. Nicely done.
Yeah, they finally noticed that he was cramping, so they bringing in a sub, but they need to call timeout and get him off the court.
He's hurting hard. He's hurting bad.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
He's a good player, and right now he's a liability.
And there's the whistle. Jeremiah will get to have a seat. Davey gets charged with a foul, but Davey just came up with a big 3. Trey Morris will check in. So Cody Nagy checked back in as well. Davey gets to have a seat, but Davey's got 3 fouls, so something Coach Garcia wants to do. Neil Kinney's going to have a seat and wait. His turn. Oh, and Reed with a steal. Threw it up, and Reed just jumped. Keep playing, that's it. That's a goaltending. That's a goaltending and a half, and you know you missed it. Oh, my goodness. Come on, officials. You guys missed it, and you know it. And I'm not trying to be a homer for Wolves fans. I get it, but by golly, that was an awful call. Neil Kenny will check back in. Trent Pierce gets to have a seat, 38-30. We get the ball, but we should have got 2 points out of it. Jediah Jones there gets the tip ball. Cody Nagy will slow it down to Reed, over to Morris, back to Reed. On the floor for Coach Garcia, it's Reed, Nagy, Jones, Kenny. Nagy will get it this side. They're just going to slow it down and let this quarter play out, it appears. Got some good ball handlers on the floor there, Casey.
Yeah, they're gonna drain as much of this clock down as they can, but you can't discredit Edmond Santa Fe's defense. They're going to continue to put pressure on them to try to force a turnover because they're down 5, so they're going to want some points.
There's Kenny with a nice move. He'll kick it back out. Is that a design play? Did he plan on shooting that at all?
It looked like he was wanting to go up with it, but I think he kind of realized at the last second, we're trying to kill clock, so he pushed that back out to AJ. And
now 10 seconds. We'll start a little bit more ball movement. Morris up high over to Jones. Jones wants to shoot the 3. He'll pull it down to the floor, get it to Kenny. Kenny fouled, and he'll go to the line and shoot 2. And Neil Kenny gets some action. Opportunity for him to add to his 2-point total. Oh, and it's not a shooting foul. Well, wait a minute. So we're missing a goaltending call. The kid turns around, take a shot, doesn't get it. Okay. I'm just going to be quiet now. Nagy for 3 at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. 38-33. Union on top finally. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching basketball on the Union Sports Network.
For more than 50 years, Central States Orthopedics and Eastern Oklahoma Orthopedic Center have been the area's leading orthopedic and sports medicine providers. And now, we've joined forces as Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. One name, one focus. Excellent orthopedic and sports medicine care. Together, we serve as the team physicians for almost every high school and university in the region. We are the area's leading expert for work-related injuries, and our surgical hospital is the only 5-star rated hospital in Tulsa. Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. Come see why we're better together.
Well, welcome back in here inside the UMAC. Union on top, Edmond Santa Fe 38-33. What's on the line? Well, a chance to play for the championship tomorrow in the Jinx Union Invitational. And Morris up ahead to Reed. Reed far side to Nagy to Pierce. Pierce will turn around, shoot the three. Can't get it to go. Rebound there, Edmond Santa Fe. That was a good look by Pierce, but he couldn't get it to go. Nice hands there by Reed. Boy, and there's those active hands again that we talked quite a bit about.
Yeah, they do a very good job of it, and he just got a little bit too handsy there, and got more arm than he did ball. So
Shetron will throw it in to his brother. Up high to Anikuru. Anikuru looking for some help, and they'll set it up high. 2 shots, foul there. Obvious foul on that. So on the floor for Coach Garcia, it's Pierce, Nagy, Morris, Kenny, and Reed. For Edmond Santa Fe, got both the Shetron brothers out there, of course. Adams, Reeves, and Anikuru. Good to see Jeremiah come back in after cramping up a little bit, but Kenny got some nice playing time there and did quite a bit on that last possession for Coach Garcia's squad.
Yeah, Kenny's he's a very good role player. I mean, he knows what he's good at. He doesn't try to do too much. He doesn't really step out of his comfort zone, but he adds valuable minutes when you need them.
Reed will set it up. Reed's just going to dribble it out until Coach Garcia can tell him exactly what he wants to do. Sure seems like it's the play right now is come down, drain about 10, 12 seconds, and then set up a play and get going. Of course, you're going to want points out of that, which didn't happen there.
Yeah, they definitely slowed down their offensive side, and it's some of that could be to the way they shot early on in the game. At the third quarter, they actually did a very good job. They shot over 50%, so they took better shot selections and got more points out of the deal, and did a better job of closing the gap on rebounds as well.
Shetron put it on the floor there, kicked it back to Anikuru. They'll go inside. Nicely done, can't get it to go. Pierce battles for it. Anikuru gets Anikuru got the rebound, and that'll be a jump ball there. Really thought they were gonna charge Morris with the foul, but we got lucky there. We'll take that call. Jediah Jones will check back in. Jeremiah still seems to be gimping a little bit.
A little bit.
Limps off there. Try to stretch it out a little bit more. Santa Fe get in. Nice pass bad. Another jump ball, and that'll be awarded to Union this time. Gave the officials a hard time about that goaltending call, but those last 2 possessions are pretty fair calls on either side.
Yeah, they were. I mean, it's, they're human. They're going to miss calls every once in a while, but for the most part, they've done a very good job tonight.
Nice turnaround jumper there, Pierce. Boy, and as soon as he let that go, I was like, that's money. From our vantage point, that was a beautiful, beautiful thing for us to watch. There's Shetron with the step. And the foul. We'll go the other way, and Shetron's 3rd foul. Pierce for 3, can't get it to go. Rebound there, Wolves. They'll run it up the floor. Bounce pass there to Shetron. Shetron drives, and he'll go to the line and shoot 2. Seventeen fouls now for Union. Obviously putting Edmond Santa Fe in the bonus. Shetron will shoot the 2nd of 2. So what do you think, young man? He's already committed to OU as a junior. What's that say about the state of football, or even better, the state of a young man like that? Quite the product as a junior, number 1. He's got a whole nother season to play.
Yeah, he is. I mean, but Edmond Santa Fe has a very good pipeline of football players. So they've put together a phenomenal team the last few years. You know, they're not quite the complete team as your Owasso, Union, or Jinx.
Nice
but
job.
If I remember right, they beat Union in the playoffs.
Yeah, we were there. Up ahead, ball out of bounds.
But
Little overzealous. Go ahead.
But they typically have, one, two, or three guys that are, one of the top players in the nation year in and year out. They also had a kid named Colin Oliver who's going to Oklahoma State. And they have a few other kids. So, they got quite the football program going and nice little development of pipeline.
So, at the conclusion of this game, obviously, we're going to know who's going to play in the championship. That game will be 5:30 tomorrow afternoon, and they'll face the winner of Jinx Putnam City West. And that game tips off at 8:30 in Jinx. So the championship will air right here on the Union Sports Network tomorrow night at 5:30. And you can tune in here. If you need more information, you can follow us on Twitter at Union_athletics. That's at Union_athletics. Up by 6 are these men from Union. Nagy will take the ball out here. Cody Nagy get it into Morris. And a little full court press for the Wolves coming out of that timeout. Pierce up ahead to Nagy. Nagy goes straight to the hole and a foul. And that was a good job, boy. He had Morris all alone, but he decided to take it straight up.
Yeah, that's one of those that it's kind of a split-second decision. You try to figure out what you're going to do in midair, and he took it upon himself instead of dishing it off, and now he's going to the free throw line.
But he's got to make. Cason Gibson checks back in for Edmond Santa Fe. 5:13 here. Got to make one of the two and make this possession fairly count, and he won't. Ani Kuru with the rebound. And the lead is 6 for Union. With too many steps there. Didn't get called for 3. In and out. Rebound there by Reed. Reed with a little behind the back dribbling. Some fancy stuff. Good ball control. You've talked about that before. Of who he reminds you of.
Yeah, Flash is doing a good job tonight.
And Davey. Davey up high. Pierce will try to set the screen. Pierce will get it alone. Oh, boy, and if he turned around and shot that, he was wide open. Inside to Morris. Boy, and I tell you what, Edmond Santa Fe was quick to swarm on that. Morris was all alone. And that Shetron kid's kind of quick.
Yeah, he is. He just picked up his 4th foul, so he's, if they're going to keep him in, he's got to be smart here if he wants to finish out this game.
And that's something as Coach Garcia is going to probably tell his kids, go right after him, correct?
Yep. That would be my goal if I was in Coach Garcia's shoes. I would try to get him out of the court because that's one more big body that they don't have out there, and he's done a good job of controlling the boards as well. So that's one key piece that if you can get him out, you like your odds.
The Wolves will set it up here. As Adams is in control now, almost stolen there by Reed. They'll keep working it up high. As Union's not giving anything down low, and as soon as I say that, it's down low, and Nagy will get charged with a foul. He's kind of upset about it, but he sure did reach over his back there.
Yeah, he did.
And that's what the ref's explaining to him right now. He agrees, and that's, that I love to see out of an official, and I love to see out of a player. Nothing wrong with a little conversation. Hey, what did I do? Why did you call it? Ref comes over and tells them. These are young players. They're still learning the game. And when you could see teaching happen on the court, I always like to see that kind of stuff.
Well, too, it's going to go in his favor in the long run because if you get that reputation as a kid who's going to argue every single call and, never agree with the refs, that's, it's not something that's going to go in your favor. So it's in your best bet to agree, ask questions, find out what you did, and try to correct it.
Morris with the rebound. Reed brings up, and they're going to call Trent Pierce on the travel. And Coach Garcia is staring down the official. Absolutely staring him down.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on, one of the calls, and that one it didn't look.
And there's another travel. Okay,
That one looked more like a travel than the last one. So
that's for sure. And Coach Garcia is still giving one of the officials a little bit of the business there, talking to him. Morris will throw it in to Reed. And I love Reed quarterbacking just about the majority of this. His hands are, well, typically great, and what's he do? He throws it away.
yeah, he threw it to,
Jones. Well, he actually threw it to an empty area.
Yeah, Shetron's little brother, Harvey's also a very good receiver himself, so you don't want to just have a jump ball to where he can go get it.
Because he's going to get it. They'll work it in with 3:28, 3:27. Turnaround jumper doesn't go. And ball's going to be out of bounds, awarded back to the Wolves. Fans behind us asking the Wolves to turn it up a little bit. Nice hands there by the younger Shetron. And the finish, the nice finish there by Backus. Edmond Santa Fe is going to take a timeout here. And we're going to take a timeout as well. There's 3:15 remaining here in the fourth. We're back right after this. Welcome back. 3:15 here remaining in the fourth quarter. Thanks for joining us on the Union Sports Network alongside Casey Jordan. I'm Jim Douthit. And the reach over foul there is going to be charged. Tabry Shitron. .312 remaining, 44-38. Morris will go to the line and shoot two, as both teams are in the bonus as we speak. .46-38 now. So we make them pay for that. Wolves will bring it up. Some nice moves there. Ball almost lost, but Ani Kuru was the man on the spot to keep that from being a catastrophe for the Wolves. Now inside, nice off the glass. Tabry Shetron with a nice finish there. 46-40. Morris Jones, Davey, Reed, and Pierce on the floor for Coach Garcia. Reed will go to the line and shoot. 1-1. Reed will take his time and compose himself here. Can't get it there, boy. That's a miss. That's big baskets down the stretch. You got to make them, especially when you're in the bonus like that, because they're in the bonus too. No mistakes now can be made on either side when it comes to fouling.
Yeah, and it's a two-possession ball game if you can make 2 threes in a row. So, getting that opportunity to get some extra points is something that you want to take advantage of every time you get a chance.
Nicely done, but can't get the finish, but he gets his own rebound there. Joe Adams does a really, really nice job. And they've got 2, and the lead is cut to 4 with 2 minutes now. Oh, and that ball was almost thrown away by Jones, but Davey was quick on the spot there to get it. Reed will come up and help him out a little bit. Now he'll come to this side. He's going to drive. Block there. He holds on to it. Nicely done. Morris will shoot the three. Can't get it to go. Pierce with a nice rebound. Pierce on the floor to Reed. He can't get it to go. And the Wolves come away with it. And a foul is going to be charged on Reed.
Yeah, that was not a great possession there, or set of possessions for him. He got away with not necessarily a double dribble, but I think they called it up and down, where he came up with it and came back down, didn't attempt a shot. So, then he gets a foul. So it was a bad strain of luck for him in that possession.
Yeah, and you notice his body language is kind of showing what you're talking about, as he was standing on the other side of the court, and coaches are telling him, "Hey, get up there, big guy. We got a lot of basketball left." 133. The lead is now 3 for Union. And this is going to come down to the wire. They'll make the 2, something that Union wasn't able to do. The lead is 2 by Union. Now Davey will bring it up over the half court to Jones. No reason to hurry here, is there?
No, still run your offense. Do what you can. Don't do that.
Don't throw it away just like that. Nice job there. Oh, no. They awarded a timeout with a pass in the air, and I'm going to tell you, that's the second blown call that these referees have had in favor of the Wolves.
Yeah, that, not for sure how. I thought he was going to call him for a travel, but then he said that they called a timeout.
They called a timeout, and the ball was clearly in the air. But again, officials are humans as well. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, if you will. 46-44, and it's a tight contest. And that's what we like. We've seen a lot of blowouts in our young careers here at the Union Sports Network, that's for sure. And this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's, depending on what side you're on, you might not like it. You typically like to win in fashion, but, being a Oklahoma State football fan, I've grown to the cardiac Cowboys is what we call them.
Absolutely.
They like to keep everything close, so, close games is something I'm used to, and kind of, once you get used to it, it's another game.
Very good, very good. All right, Ani Kuru will take it out. We got a minute and 15 to go here, and we'll see what happens. The Wolves have played a tremendous basketball game. They've battled adversity, and so has Union. So we'll see how this plays out as we approach a minute to play. Morris is going to get charged with a foul. It's the team's 10th, so double bonus now. It's going to be awarded to Kason Gibson. He'll get to shoot 2. And a chance to tie it. Davey checks back in. Aramiah has a seat for Union. Backus checks in for the Wolves. And they'll tie it up. So Backus and I believe Joe Adams check back in for the Wolves. Yep, and we're tied. And here we go. Just under a minute now. Morris sets it up. Reed's given some directions. He picks it up. He's going to need some help. He's going to need some help. Timeout there.
Yeah, that's a horrible spot to pick the ball up right there, and he's probably going to get a little bit of what are you doing, kid?
Yep, especially at that point right there. 46-all, but Coach Garcia quick to call the timeout. See, he had a couple in his pocket. So we'll take a quick timeout, too. We're back after this on the Union Sports Network. Welcome back. 47.3 seconds remaining. We're knotted at 46. What's on the line? A chance to play in the championship game tomorrow of the Jinx Union tournament. The winner of this game is going to go on and play the winner of Jinx Putnam City West. That'll take place about 8:30 this evening over in Jinx. Possession here and ball handling and control is everything for Union at this point.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to run the clock down to get the last shot.
Reed, Davy, Jones, Pierce, and Morse. 20 seconds, they're going to start setting up something. Here's Reed.
Yeah, you don't want to foul, but you don't want to just let them sit at the top of the key and drain the clock.
Now Morse. Timeout again, Coach Garcia. Coach Garcia will take another timeout. Now, so we're going to keep it right here real quick. So at that point, you said you don't want to foul. You got 10 seconds. You're going to let them go for the last shot because you're going to overtime if they miss it, right? You're not going to try to foul Union.
Yeah, you don't
even
want
though they haven't shot worth a
You
darn
don't want
from
to foul, but you want to contest it. I mean, it's not something that you just want to give them the last shot and give them a wide open look. But, you know, you want to put pressure on. You don't want to foul, so you're telling them, hey, get your hands up, get in the way, but do not draw a foul under any circumstance. So, but with 10 seconds left, I mean, he's drawing a set play right here, so he's going for the last shot. And you got to do what you can to get in the lane and make sure he doesn't get an easy one.
So as the officials talk about it here, as far as for Coach Lollyman, what's he talking about?
You know, it's just getting, like I said, getting in the lane. Do not
Getting
foul.
in the lane. Got it.
You know, blocking vision, doing what you can. Just under no circumstance do you draw a foul here.
Make Union beat you at this point.
Yes. Don't beat yourself by sending them to the line with, you know, only 2 seconds left. And
because all you need is one from either side, for that matter.
yep.
So Davey, Reed, Morris, and Pierce, along with Jones for Coach Garcia. They'll split it up. Davey will pull it all the way down here. Now he's got 9 seconds. He's got to do something quick. Down to 7. Give it to Reed. Reed doesn't need to shoot the 3. Davey will drive. And he's going to get charged with, what did he get, travel?
Stepping out of bounds.
Stepping out of bounds. On our own floor, step out of bounds with 2.1 seconds. .1 seconds. Enough time to get it down the floor. Shoot something big.
He's got to let go.
He lets it go at the buzzer, and we're going to overtime. Going to overtime here on the Union Sports Network. You guys go and run to the restroom and fill up your drinks. We'll be back with overtime action here on the Union Sports Network coming up next.
For more than 50 years, Central States Orthopedics and Eastern Oklahoma Orthopedic Center have been the area's leading orthopedic and sports medicine providers. And now, we've joined forces as Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. One name, one focus. Excellent orthopedic and sports medicine care. Together, we serve as the team physicians for almost every high school and university in the region. We are the area's leading expert for work-related injuries, and our surgical hospital is the only 5-star rated hospital in Tulsa. Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. Come see why we're better together.
Welcome back to the UMAC. Little overtime basketball here on the Union Sports Network. Thanks for joining us. Casey Jordan, Jim Douthit with the call here. So 4 minutes of overtime. What's at stake, I should say, is the winner gets to play the winner of Jinx Putnam City West. That game will tip off about 8:30 over in Jinx. But we're not done here yet.
Free basketball is what they call it.
And overtime pay is what they call it for you and I. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Now, tip controlled by the Wolves. Is there a sense of urgency here, Casey? And one. Boy, nicely done there. Michael Reeves with the drive and the foul. Is there a sense of urgency in overtime? Or are you still playing the same game that you've played pretty much all 4 quarters.
Yeah, I would say you pretty much play your same game plan. There's no sense of trying to do too much. You don't have much time, so you want to make every possession count. So in that sense, you want to be a little bit smarter, take better shots, better shot selection, better play calling from the coach's standpoint as well. So you want to be smart, but you still want to push the tempo and be aggressive, and don't just sit back and let them come to you.
The Wolves turn their first possession into a 3-point play, and Union's down by 3. Now Morris to Pierce. Pierce will drive the lane, draw some contact, and nicely done by Pierce. Nicely done by Pierce, and little pressure from Coach Garcia's squad with 3:21 remaining now here. Ani Kuru brings it up. He's been quite a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, big man's got some handles.
There you go, Pierce with the steal. He's going to drive, can't finish, but he'll get the foul and go to the line and shoot 2. And Pierce did not look like he was going to be denied coming down the court. He didn't look around for anybody. He was going straight to the hole.
He had a full head of steam, and he pretty much was saying, get out of my way. If you're not, I'm going to run you over.
And he'll go to the line and shoot 2. By golly, he's got to make them both. Jeremiah checks back in for Union. Reeves will check back in for the Wolves, along with Talon Shetron. Check back in as well. And he can't get either one of those shots to go. And Coach Garcia hangs his head. Your leading point scorer, and he misses 2 free throws at a very, very critical time of the game. Alley-oop, nicely done there.
Wasn't necessarily a go route. It looked more like a fade.
Whatever you call it, it's 2 points for the Wolves. Now Reed and Morris. Morris will look inside, can't get anything there. He'll give it back up to Reed. Coach Garcia's pointing some fingers, telling his kids where he needs to go. They'll go this side close to Morris. Morris there will take it up high. Over to Reed, inside to Jones, back up to Morris. Morris drives. Little fadeaway, can't get it to go. Pierce with a nice rebound, and 1! Nicely done there. Pierce is slow to get up, though. Might have got it in the eye. Yep. Maybe the stomach, I'm not too sure. He's struggling, he's laboring just a little bit.
I'm starting to think Jeremiah doesn't have a cramp. He continues to go on and off, and he's grabbing more at his knee now than his.
Then he was trying to stretch it out earlier. Now, there we go. Pierce with a nice finish, and he completes the 3-point play there. Good to see Pierce drain that free throw after 2 misses down the floor, and we're knotted at 51. The Union bench comes alive with a little bit of D-up action.
Yeah, it looks like Edmond Santa Fe has taken a note out of Union's playbook, trying to kill as much clock as they can to
slow it down, and I don't know if you're going to kill it for 1:48, but you can definitely kill it for another 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, AJ's got to be careful. He's really trying to leave early and get a steal, but he's got to be careful and not jumping early and Shetron going back door.
But he's well aware of who's on the floor. Shetron's got a first step that's pretty darn quick. Now Shetron will run the baseline. He'll come to our side. He'll get the ball and direct a little bit of traffic. He'll get it inside to Ani Kuru. Ani Kuru pass across the lane. Nice job, Reeves.
Ooh, that
wow.
Was very nice.
Beautifully done. Nice job by the Wolves. They'll take a timeout on the floor. We're back after this. Welcome back to the Union Sports Network. 1:14 remaining here in overtime. 53-51. Edmond Santa Fe on top of Union right now. Minute 11, minute 10 left now. Laughing at the fan behind us saying, let me say it again, rebound the ball. He kept saying rebound the ball, rebound the ball.
I mean, he's got a point. They've done a very good job of that. You know, Coach Garcia is going to look back at this game, and you know, if Union can't figure out how to get the win here, he's going to look at that rebounding stat and not be happy with it at all.
Now Reed up high. He dribbles over to Jones. Jones thinks about the three. He doesn't have to shoot it, but he gives it back to Reed. Reed drives and one. Oh my! Charge, and we're going the other way.
Got to be smart here.
34 seconds.
I know you're frustrated, but no point of, you know, making a foul that you don't need.
Make them turn the ball over.
Yep.
Full court pressure here. And there's a turnover, and that's all ball. Timeout Edmond Santa Fe there. Coach Garcia letting the referee know. And he's working the ref pretty hard. Thought there was a foul charge. I think he was upset about that. I was too. But it was actually timeout Edmond Santa Fe, and Coach Garcia keeps glancing over here at the official.
Yeah, from my perspective, it looked like it should have been a and one. He didn't get the phone call, but he's got to be careful too. I mean, you don't want to, you know, keep going at him and now technically put yourself in a position of a technical and let them get more points out of the deal. So, you know, argue the call, but do it in a way of letting them know, like, hey, I didn't agree with it, but I'm carrying on.
Come out of the timeout, 53-51, 26.4 seconds remaining. Winner again will play the winner of the Jinx Putnam City West game, which will kick off about 8:30 over in Jinx tonight. Shetron will inbound the ball for Edmond Santa Fe, and a host of players are right here in front of us. Timeout again. Timeout Edmond Santa Fe, and one of the first times we've seen Coach Leleman just not really happy. He was over there stomping his feet. So obviously somebody wasn't paying attention to the play that he drew up.
No, he was yelling Colby, so he drew it up to where Colby could get it up here on this side of the court and hopefully get fouled, because I assume he's one of their better free throw shooters if he's wanting him to have the ball right now.
Well, and he's only got 8, but he's sure handled the ball well tonight.
Yeah,
for the Wolves.
You know, for him being 6'4", you know, he handles the ball very well. He's built more like a power forward more than a small forward, which it seems like that's his play style is more small forward generated. But you know, he's got good handles for a guy his size. He's pretty quick. Got that nice first explosive step. So.
All right, so here we go. Different play called up here. They'll get it into Ani Kuru just like it was called up. 19 seconds, they get it across half. Now they don't have to, there's a foul by Davey. I was gonna say, they don't have to shoot the ball at this point.
No, now you're just moving the ball around to get fouled. You know they're gonna foul you, so you're trying to keep it in your better free throw shooter's hands.
Michael Reeves has done pretty well at that tonight. He'll get one. That's a 3-point lead. Boy, he can get one more. It's going to spell certain disaster for Union here if he can make another one. And he'll get it to go, and it's a 4-point lead for Coach Garcia as the Wolves check in a plethora of players. We've got to figure out how to score 4 points in 16.8. Nicely done there by Jones, just to let it roll up. And they'll pick it up, and now the clock starts. Morris inside to Jones, to Davey. Davey, nice job. Nice job by Davey to get it inside and get 2.
Yeah, but if you're Edmond Santa Fe, you'll let them take that. You don't want them to get 3-point or foul them on a 3 and potentially turn into a 4-point play. So, you'd gladly give up 2 points. Now you get the ball back. They're going to foul you. So, your goal here is to get it in Reeves' hands or get it in Colby's hands and let one of your better free throw shooters shoot the ball.
So coming out of the timeout, they're going to foul. If you look up on the board right now, 4 fouls for Jediah Jones and A.J. Reed. They've had a pretty good game tonight, so you don't want to see either one of those kids take fouls because that would foul them out. And I know there's only 10 seconds to play, but, Reed's one of those players that handles the ball typically pretty well, as long as I'm not talking about him, because then he throws it away. But
no, I mean, in this circumstance, I would have put in somebody, get him as close to the ball as you can, and tell him you're the one fouling. So
long pass ahead to Shetron, and he's fouled. It only took only took 3 of us to foul him. Shetron's a football player. He's just fine.
Yeah, he's not going to let a little contact phase him.
A.J. Reed will foul out. Go over and have a seat. Shetron will go to the line and shoot 2 with 9.1 seconds. Nagy will check back in as A.J. has a seat. Shetron will go to the line and shoot 2. He'll get 1. The lead is now 3. Clutch is what I would call this young man right now. And he gets them both. No timeouts remaining here for Coach Garcia. So they're going to have to draw this up on their own. They'll get it up quick to Davey. Davey shoots the 3, way off. 3-2, and Edmond Santa Fe is going to go on tomorrow and play the winner of the Jinx Putnam City West game. That tomorrow will happen at 5:30 here right on the Union Sports Network. Union will go on to play tomorrow afternoon here at 2:30, and they'll play the loser of the Jinx Putnam City West game, when we'll have that game for you here on the Union Sports Network at 2:30. So 2:30 tomorrow, the boys play in the 3rd place game, and then 5:30 tomorrow, 4:30 tomorrow. The girls will play in the championship here. So that's all going to come to you live here on the Union Sports Network. So for our camera crew, Maya, Jackson, and Kelsey, our director, Andy Irwin, and of course, Casey Jordan, I'm Jim Douthit. That's all for us here at Union. We wish you the finest of evenings, and we hope that you're watching tomorrow here on the Union Sports Network. Good night, everybody.